Beautiful. Look at this sexy beast, and we'll get a hold of him in a moment. But just, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ready Bang, the #1 arm wrestling live stream in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and of course I am your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo, third place amateur. Now, my guest may have won a lot of things, but this bad boy, not even close. Let me just thank a few people before I introduce my slick guest. Just want to thank all my Patreon and YouTube members. For as little as 50 cents a week, you can help out the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and help out the Aussie Arm Wrestler you have, because big things are just patiently waiting to make a very, very huge announcement. And of course, my bangers will be the very first ones to know, and that I am very appreciative of. And then, of course, you head over if you want some Al Natural supplements, because PEDs are the bloody talk of the town. Head over to Old School. Get there, mate. Just chuck in bang for a 15% off discount. Old School Labs, mate. I have got an order shipped and ready to go to come to Australia. But more importantly, Dead Set Legends, head over to filthypowerindustries.com. That's the only place you need to be. Filthy Power, some sexy, sexy stuff there. Their shirts are slick. Everything is slick. Put in Ready Bang 15 and you can support my amazing guest. Now, he is absolutely fired up, and he's had his first haircut in 10 years. Looking slick. Brandon Allen, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on, brother. Always a pleasure. I know when you and I get a chat, it's going to be a fun one. So when you asked me, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah, well, so the way this one came across, ladies and gentlemen, please, if we can all give Brandon a ready bang in the comments section. I'll say hi to all you guys in the comments in just a moment. But an announcement was made, and we'll get into it. And then straight away, Brandon, like I just changed my relationship status back to single, he slid in my DMs and he was fired up. It was hilarious, because that's the only way we want it with Brandon. And then I was like, mate, just come on the show. Let everyone else know. And B. Sims is just begging. He's like, please, no more beef. No more beef. Benji Mackey's up and about, and he says, we love. And then everyone's just giving Brandon a ready bang. We got Drummer Boy in the house. B. Sims is like, let's fucking go. Max reckons that you are Gennadi's lost cousin.
Someone told me on my YouTube channel that I'm a mixture of Irakli and Gennadi, and I think I made it at that point. That's the end goal. I don't think you can get it at a higher level.
And a filthy bang and a ready bang. Now, are you fired up, Brandon? Is this a little subconscious thing? Is it because you knew you were getting a haircut? Were you really fired up about things in life, but because you knew the first time in 10 years you were getting rid of it all?
Yeah, I just said I only messaged you and everything like that. I was talking about this because I wanted a chance to show off my new do. Now that everyone's I got shit to do.
That's right, guys. We've only got him for a short amount of time, so when Brandon jumps off, of course, he is a busy man. But let's get right into it. Brandon, there's a potential match that might go on at King of the Table, and that's Khalid and Ryan Bowen.
Yeah.
If King of the Table pull the trigger and make this match happen, like, what are your thoughts about it all?
I mean, it's silly. It really is silly. I'm a fan of Ryan. I really am a fan of Ryan. I know that we kind of, rag on him a little bit. It's kind of the community. And, I don't like ragging on guys and talking shit on guys, but sometimes, man, he asked for it. He sets himself up. And I'm guilty of it too. Whenever you put out content, you're bound to slip up and say some stupid shit. You're going to piss some people off, and, and other people are going to love it. It's all good. I don't hate the kid at all. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Ryan. However, thinking that there's any shot in hell that he has a chance against someone like Khalid is very silly to me. I mean, what's he going to do? Top roll him? Like, Schoolboy is not going to top roll Khalid. He's not going to be able to. And in fact, the only way I see Schoolboy winning this match if this Schoolboy utilizes his technique, dives into a hook, and then puts Khalid on his bicep. But if Schoolboy's, I don't think Schoolboy can go through his hand. I really don't. Actually, me and Pradeep were talking about this a little bit earlier. If you guys don't remember, Khalid didn't train for his match with Schoolboy the first time. He didn't train for his match with Larry. And look what he did. Larry was training very, very hard. And Larry is very, very strong. I pulled Larry, and I know how strong he is. He's extremely strong. And Khalid shut it down. So, it's just – and then we saw what happened with Ryan and Larry and after pulling, you know what I mean? Like where, Ryan wasn't able to take advantage of someone that's so inexperienced. And the difference between Larry and Khalid and inexperience is the hand. So when your hand's like Khalid, you can get away with being a little inexperienced because – I mean, we saw Michael Todd struggling with Khalid. Like, Michael Todd's a fucking monster. I pulled him. Yeah. Like, I know. He's insanely, insanely strong. So, it's, it just doesn't make sense. It's silly. I don't know.
Well, it's funny that, and let me play devil's advocate because I love having a bit of a laugh and stirring it up. Look, it can come across silly, and everyone thinks Khalid smash. And Khaled's, like Stevie Diamond here, he just says Khalid will smash. But you know who else is to blame for all this? Khalid. For challenging Ryan.
Did he though, or did he just respond?
So what had happened was Ryan said he was just giving, as we all do, our predictions on how it's going to go. And then Ryan, being Ryan, he's not a silly man. He went, right, Khalid doesn't even have the fundamentals, not only to beat Schoolboy, but I reckon not only to beat me.
Ryan also said that the reason why he lost to Ray was because he was so technical that he lost. I don't know what that
is. It's, if you just hopefully talk enough and then, I know I've done it in times. If you just continue to talk and talk and talk, hopefully you find your way back on track. And I think that's what that comment is. But then, Khalid just come out and goes, right, I've had enough. I reckon I could beat you on the same hand and the same night. So I think I know, and Ryan absolutely cops a flogging on the internet. And some of it, rightly so. But I think it's quite funny because, everyone's like, oh, he keeps getting all these matches. Yeah, well, people have just got to stop accepting him if they don't want it.
Yeah, I don't have any fault in Ryan for that. That's awesome that he's getting matches and he's creating these matches through his internet controversy. So I get it. It's like when you talk about someone like Devin Larratt, like when they talk about the rankings, how Devin says, I don't care if I'm on the rankings or not. Why? Because Devin could literally say whoever he wants to match with at any time, and a promoter is going to make it happen, and the guy's going to accept it no matter what. That's almost kind of like where Ryan's at right now. Just obviously on a much lower scale than Devin. Ryan could talk some shit and, whatever, say some delusional things for lack of a better word. And then, people are going to jump on it. And someone like Khalid, I wouldn't expect anything less though. We've seen Khalid. We know how he is. He's very prideful, very intense, very, very intense, very nice guy on top of that too. So it's a great combination. But you call someone like him out, he's going to accept that challenge. Or you mention his name in a video that gets to him, he's going to accept that. There's no question of that. I know how Khalid is. He's a fighter. He's a tough dude. He's not going to let someone who he knows who's so far superior than in terms of strength and and physical giftness over Ryan. He's going to take that. It's an easy win for him. And the only way it's not going to happen. But if Khalid gets in this crazy battle with Schoolboy, okay, maybe there's a lane. Because I've lost to guys in practice after having crazy battles, and it doesn't mean anything, But if you give Khalid a 5-minute rest, it's not going to happen.
So that's a funny point you bring up, that you've been knackered, and if you get beat when you're knackered, it doesn't even count. So is there any chance of, I think with Ryan, and I've spoken to Ryan about this, I don't think there's any chance of Ryan winning. And what I mean by that is if he loses, then everyone's getting their basketballs and they're going to dunk on him. And fair enough. That's what happens. You win, you're a superstar. If you lose, well, yeah, you get what's coming to you. But then if he does win, well, then it's, you beat a tired Khalid. You won't be able to beat him fresh on fresh.
It's lose. It's silly. I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't want this match. I wouldn't, if I were in Ryan's shoes, it's a silly match, like, if he wins, of course you beat him. He just had a super match battle with one of the greatest up-and-coming young arm wrestlers in the world. And then if he loses, you lost to Khalid after he just had a battle with one of the greatest. There's no win, It's just, I don't know. Maybe this isn't going to happen either. Like, we're all talking shit. We're all excited about it. I haven't seen Core Sports have any interest in it I haven't talked to anyone behind the scenes, so it's not like I have insight or anything. But just from an outsider perspective, kind of watching things play out, I think it's fun, and I think it's building up Khaled's match with Schoolboy, because it's going to make people like, damn, this motherfucker's that confident that he's going to butt. And people that don't know like size and strength differences just don't know. He's that confident that he thinks he's going to beat Ryan Bowen after going at Schoolboy. That's pretty amazing, So, there's that. He could just be a promotional thing for his match, which I'm all for it. But I got to let my dog out 1 second or he's not going to stop barking.
No, that's all right. Bring the dog in. It's going to be awesome. So as you can see, yeah, Brandon and I were having a bit of a chat about it all and things like that. So as the big muscle man comes in, Brandon, let's put yourself in Schoolboy's shoes. If you were sitting there and preparing for the match, Brandon, say this is your match with Larry Wheels, and then all of a sudden there's talks of Larry double booking himself and things like that. How would you feel if you were Schoolboy?
I mean, arguably I did, right? Like when I was leading up to my match with Larry, the internet wrote me off completely. Everyone was saying how this is stupid. I can't believe I'd accept this match. It's dumb. We want to see Eric's photo.
I said you'd lose.
Yeah. You said I was going to lose. That's the one that hurt. I didn't care about the other guys. When you said it, that's what hurt. And but again, I get it because and for me, I just use that shit. So this could backfire on Khalid and fire up Schoolboy and maybe take his training to a whole new level. Because I tell you what, when I was like 6 weeks out, I saw that video. I saw a video of Larry and people talking, and I don't remember specifically the video, but it kind of seemed Larry was super, super confident and was kind of like, he felt like he had it. It pissed me off, and I was like, all right, we'll see what happened. And I went fucking nuts with my training 3 times a day, 2 hours each session, doing insane hand work to build up my hand endurance, crazy stuff that you couldn't sustain for a very long period of time, just because it's so exerting. And my calories went up. I think I was at like 305 pounds when that happened, and then I showed up to pull Larry at 320. So I just turned everything up. So this could be something that happens with Schoolboy. And again, but you also have to then assume that Schoolboy is paying attention. You also have to assume that someone's translating this and showing to Schoolboy, which I know isn't hard nowadays. I know it's not hard at all to do that. I'm just saying, maybe Schoolboy doesn't even care. He's just going to continue doing his thing. I can't really read Schoolboy. He's a tough guy to read. He's I've never met him, so all I see is the same shit you guys see, and there's not much dialogue and things like that. So
yeah, he's very. I think he's more of an introvert, and we got to remember he's still young. He's only 22. Julio says you're looking very sharp there, Brandon. Looking very sharp. Now on the other side, and I'll ask Brandon. I'll ask everyone in the chat. If Khalid gets back-to-back losses, are we done with the whole Khalid arm wrestling thing?
No way.
No?
He's too much of a genetic freak and gifted guy to where now I think that there'll be a lot of attention off him for a while if that happens, and he'll focus on his fighting, which he should do, in my opinion. Fighting is a young man's sport. He can do that for many years, become a world champion, and then come and do arm wrestling, and then bring all his big following and audience from being a world champion fighter into arm wrestling. That would be something that would be great for everyone, right? So, and that's kind of where I would wish Khalid would do. But who knows? I don't know Khalid that well, or well at all. I've talked to him a few times. I met him when I was in Dubai. He could just be that much of a stud where he can do both. But I don't think that him losing both is an end to Khalid. I really don't. And then, just imagine if he said, "Okay, that hurt. I was embarrassing. That's not going to happen again. I want to him and Larry have a rematch, or there's something, you know what I mean, that you can see a different Khalid. I wouldn't want to see him and Larry have a rematch, at least not anytime soon. But I think Larry needs to get a couple W's first, But yeah, that's where my head's at with it. I don't think it changes much. But I don't think we see that. I really don't. If he loses the Schoolboy, there's no way that man will allow anything to happen to let him lose to Ryan.
He might even throw a haymaker over the table if he loses both.
I wouldn't want to eat one from him. I've shook his hand. He's got a huge mitt, a lot of weight, a lot of power. You wouldn't want to get hit by that.
Oh, we've all seen his fight in the cage, regardless of what happened when he kicked the bloke on the ground. The guy can throw hands. The guy can throw hands and can absolutely fill a room full of uppercuts. Not a problem. With the Schoolboy versus Khalid, who should the winner pull next?
Me.
Are you officially challenging the winner of this match?
No, not officially. I'd be talking shit if I said that. Only because of things I have going on right now personally in life, and I've been pretty vocal about it that I'm not going to accept any big matches until 2023. I've been vocal about it on my channel. It's about fertility and things like that, so you can put 2 and 2 together and understand what that means. So I wouldn't want to say that because I don't want to disrespect either one of the guys by saying that and then not accepting a match. But I would think that after that, I don't know. That would be they're both in that weird spot. They're They're kind of above everyone, but not quite to that like Chant Shaw, Derek Smith, Luckland level either. You know what I mean? They're like somewhere in that middle. Again, that we could see Schoolboy come out much larger, much better. And maybe that could change things after this match. If he comes out and he toys around with Khalid or is able to crack his wrist and do stuff like that, how do you not consider him to have a match with someone like a Chant Shaw, right? That's where my head. They're Chance is 23 years old. Schoolboy's 22. They ain't far off.
Disgusting.
It ain't far off. So that would be interesting. Now let's say Schoolboy loses and Khalid wins. I don't know where it goes for Khalid in terms of who would be next. I don't think Ryan Bowen's just a genuine threat to him. Like we said, we can make up circumstances. Oh, extremely tired, this and that. Someone kicks Khalid in the head in the middle of the match. Maybe he's got a chance. But under normal circumstances, it's not a match. So, man, who would Khalid pull next? Maybe Chant Shaw. Like I keep saying Chant Shaw. I love him. He's my boy. You know what I mean? I want to see
wicked dude.
Yeah, and he's insanely strong. And maybe that would be the winner of that gets a chance at Chant Shaw.
Yeah, because I think both of them are, as in both Schoolboy and Khalid, are almost in that Ryan Bowen territory because they've just got enough presence on the internet. We all know who they are. So I think whenever they have a match where they're going to, we'll all tune in. That's for sure. And you want Chance? I reckon Chance might beat them both. Which is
I do think that. Again, what if one of them comes out super super dominant and just that would change not that perspective. I would still think Chance is definitely the high favorite, but it would make it a more interesting match, right? Especially Chance has got some gas tank issues that he needs to address. So, Chance comes out very, very, very strong and then fades. So if he can get to a healthier body weight, which is something I've been advocating for him for a while, and kind of trim off some of that baby fat and just be holding lean muscle, and then even then work on putting on lean muscle from there, that's going to greatly, greatly affect his endurance in the positive. So it's also going to be it's going to increase his workload capacity, which means he's going to be able to train harder. It's going to make him overall better. So, we'll see. But, I think we just have to see how the match goes, to be honest, bro. I don't think we could really pick until we see what kind of win it is. What if they're neck and neck and they both don't look great and it's kind of, you know what I mean? I would say there's no point in even considering Chant Shaw for a match. And then at that point, it would be someone else. And then also the body weight of the Q is going to determine a lot of things too. How much does Khalid weigh now? Do we even know that?
I don't think so at the moment, but he looks as thick as thieves. That's for sure. He looks rock solid.
I have to imagine he fights at 205. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully someone in your chat can correct me or let us know. But if Khaled's 205 or he's gotten down to that lean, that opens up the window for him with a lot of other guys. You know what I mean? And a lot of other guys who are strong that have a YouTube presence to where it makes sense to where people care to watch it. I don't even want to say the name because I don't even know. We'll have to see how it goes, and I don't know his weight, so it might make sense.
But if Khaled's at 205, Ryan's almost at the same weight, 205. So what's that? That's about 95 kilos.
Yeah, in that range.
Yes, so that's around right. Khaled would have to be heavier than that, wouldn't he?
Surely. If I had to guess, I would say Khalid walks around at 230. But he may cut 205 to fight. I don't know. I'm talking. Again, I could be completely wrong. He could be 245 pounds. I don't think that's the case, but I could be wrong, and that could be it.
I'm trying to have a look. According to Sherdog, 265.
Khalid weighed 265.
Yeah, 120 kilos, according to Sherdog.com.
Then I'm completely out of line then on what I was saying. That really, I don't see 5 in that dude.
Yeah, so some people are saying he was 255 when he pulled Larry around 250. We can look at the stats back there.
Yeah,
that makes it. So if that's the case, look, we've all seen the video where I was there at Over the Top when Ryan pinned Larry, took advantage of the setup, and of course that's going to be Ryan's advantage. But he won't be able to take as advantage. But if Khaled's weighing 120 kilos, that's like 20 to 25 kilos heavier.
It makes the match make even less sense now of him and Ryan. Boy. And again, what Ryan did to Larry, he will never, ever, ever be able to do to Khalid. Ever. Not a chance. You are not going high and going through Khaled's hand. It's just not going to happen. Michael Todd had a hard time doing it. It's not. Khaled's hand is not Larry Wheel's hand. It's completely two different animals.
It's absolutely redonkulous. Guys, just if you're in the chat, just quickly jump out of the chat, hit the like button, jump in. We're here with co-host of Your Morning BJ, and that is Brandon Allen and our good friend Jason Latona. And speaking of that podcast, I caught some of your last one when you had Lockie on. Love it. You two just going head to head in a good way. I can see you two just shooting the shit for hours, and it'd be really interesting. Now there's so much talk lately. Larry Wheels going clean and PEDs in arm wrestling, and our man RVJ making some rebuttals, and I can see the steam coming out of your ears. If you're a cartoon, you would just be like, oh, for fuck's sake, let's just just drop it. We'll go one by one, and we'll let you fire off the cannon.
Sure.
Larry going relatively clean.
Oh, I love it. I think it's a great move for Larry. He's 27 years old, 28 or something like that. He's young. He's been on sauce since he was 16. He's very open about it. That's what I love about Larry. He's always kept it real. And Larry came up in an industry that didn't keep it real. Mind you, early 2010s or so, the fitness industry was so phony and so fake. You have these fucking guys that, with 300 pounds at, 4% body fat saying it's from their Celtec products. It's all a lie. You know what I mean? It's from their juice and their diet and their fucking work ethic and through their genetics. The supplements had nothing to do with it. But and Larry's one of those guys that always kept it real. So I respect him for that. Him going on the TRT dose, which is 175 milligrams a week, which if I had to guess, he's doing a daily dose of 25 milligrams, microdosing testosterone. That's kind of the better way of doing your TRT, just from keeping levels spiking. I think that's awesome for him. I think he's going to find a lot of benefits from it. I myself am off there and everything like that. Like I said, working on fertility. Yeah. So it's. I've been off since my match with Larry, and then I went on for a little spout there where I thought there was potential for me and Ryan to have a match at King of the Table think it was 3 or 4. And then
Yeah.
so I had gone on for like 5 weeks, and then I realized that wasn't going to happen, so I came back off. But yeah, no, I'm happy Larry's doing that. Larry getting his heart examined and things like that motivated me to go get my heart examined and do
Oh,
things like
nice.
that. So, yeah, and I came back, positive, everything's good. So that was a huge relief because you're always kind of scared. Like I'd rather just not know. Like shit,
Yeah.
am I having a heart attack or is that just congestion? Like it's
Yeah.
you don't want to go to the doctor and find out it's the heart attack because then it kind of changes everything, in your life. But yeah, I'm glad Larry's going clean. I'm glad he's on TRT. And I think that we're going to see Larry develop even better because when he gets back on cycle, his receptors are going to be so much more receptive and he's going to feel so much stronger and have that mental angst back and all that noise. So it's going to be good for him. I really do. And it gives him a chance to get his tendons to catch up to his muscle strength. The PEDs aren't necessarily going to affect your tendons. They will affect your psyche and give you kind of that little extra drive to go a little harder, especially because you have supporting muscle that are getting stronger too and recovering quicker. But this will give Larry a chance to get his tendons and his hand to catch up to what his muscles can do, which is something I've been focusing on. I hired Jed Johnson as a grip coach. I've been working on grip training, like doing arm lifting events and grip specific work. And my hand is improved exponentially. And this is on no gear. It's I know that when I do get back on cycle, things are going to, because now I'm going to have a ton of muscle strength now supporting that new tendon strength. And it'll make things better. So yeah, I'm stoked on Larry for doing that. My hat's off to him. I've always respected Larry as a competitor and as a friend. So,
Mate, I'll ask you a question in a moment about all that. But first of all, Jordan Davis in the chat, Arm Wars superstar, an Australian guy. He's coming down to my neck of the woods for Garage Wars tomorrow. I'll be commentating that all day. We need to get you down for Garage Wars, Brandon, and you can just dunk all over us Australians and just dominate them all.
You guys are just a short boat ride away, right?
Yep. It'll take you about 4.5 years on a boat, right? Just fucking in the middle of nowhere. Tech Almighty with the super chat, he's jumped in and he says, is TRT safer than steroids? What does it do?
Okay, so TRTs is steroids. It's just a misconception maybe that you're having based on dosaging. So TRT stands for testosterone replacement therapy, which also can be referred to as HRT, hormone replacement therapy. So basically, you'll do blood work and they'll monitor your nanograms per deciliter of your blood, your testosterone in your blood, and they'll get you into a normal range. And then whatever that dosage will get you normal. For Larry, 175 gets him in that normal range. Some people can do less. I hear TRT doses as low as like 100 milligrams every 7 days. Some people a little bit more. It all just kind of depends on what is normal to you and where you want to be and what you're comfortable. But with that being said, the best dose to do is no dose. Stay natty if you guys can. Trust me, it's not the life you want. But if you do happen to go that round and you do start dabbling in the PEDs, then less is more. And the minimum you can run while still progressing in gains, that's the amount you want to run. You don't, just because guys that run more, people say this or that, doesn't necessarily mean that's what you need. And then there's also negative side effects that come with that could inhibit gains. Sleep is so important, and when you're on high gear, sleep goes out the window. And I try to preach to everyone, sleep is the number one PED there is.
There you go. Yep. And for those playing at home, I was going to flex, but I don't want to rip me jumper. I am all natural. You wouldn't believe it. All I need.
No way.
Yeah, mate. The questions keep flying, and they're like, how many milligrams per day? And I'm just like, with shoulders like these, like my camera's actually 3.5 kilometers away just to fit these in. That's why I yell so much.
That makes sense.
Jake was on the sauce since birth. Now he's playing his 50% trend. Look at that jawline. Which jawline? I've got a double chin and everything. On the filthy power scale, 0 being weak sauce, 10 is full on filthy power. How frustrated do you get, whether it's powerlifting or arm wrestling, that people just openly don't admit that they're on gear?
It depends on the circumstance. I can't have a blanket statement on that because there are varying differences for some things. I know some guys, it could be a custody battle legally with the court over a kid to where they started openly talking about their PED use. ex-spouse would use that against him in court and stuff like that. So there's things that I can understand, but that just means then shut the fuck up about it. Don't talk about it at all. You can just simply not answer. Like people ask me questions online all the time. I just don't answer it. Like I'm like, why am I? That's I don't know this person. This person doesn't care about me. Doesn't know me. Like if it's a negative question, ignore it. Move the fuck on and just answer the positive ones. You don't need to get back to negative stuff. But again, with that being said, if you're one of these guys who is clearly on gear and you're one of these guys who's talking shit on it, fuck you, dude. You're such a douche. I have no respect for that. If you're one of these guys who's on gear and then you're competing in natural or in tested events, you're a piece of shit. The non-tested ones exist for a reason. That's for you. That's where you go.
Yeah.
And then there's this weird like level of guys who don't try not to talk about it. You can see it, but then they'll take jabs at other guys. And they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, well, those Europeans are running this much shit. I'm like, so are you. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you... It's strange when that kind of shit happens, too. And again, no one in particular. I'm just saying the collective of observing the arm wrestling community. Powerlifting community is much different than the arm wrestling community when it comes to PEDs. Everyone's like, fuck yeah, I'm on Tran, I'm on this, I'm on that. And, no one gives a shit. And and people like, I don't know. It's weird. Like they want to just attribute everything to their genetics, maybe. Where it's just not the case. There's guys who are on higher doses than I've ever run in my life, and if you looked at them, I'd have to convince you that they work out. You're like, no, that guy actually goes to the gym. Like, yeah, dude, and he's on 2 grams of test and fucking 1,500 milligrams of Tren. Like, no way. Yes, fucking way. And they look like dog shit, and they're not strong. But that's how low they are. That's how low their genetic potential is. That's how low their ability to suffer and to drive and push themselves in the gym. Like they're just weak, and there's my little rant on that.
Oh, I love it. I was just like you get so fired up about it, and everyone's sort of, he's on PEDs and he's taking this and he's taking that. Oh, they shouldn't be allowed to pull or arm wrestling and this and that. And I was just like,
silly. Like the comments we addressed this the other night when we were talking with Lucky, but it was like, someone made a comment like the sport won't grow. I don't know who made the comment, so I'm not trying to out you. I don't know who you are or talk shit.
Yeah.
But the sport won't grow if until there's no PEDs. It's like, you ever heard of the NFL? Have you ever heard of the UFC? Because these are the biggest organizations in the world where everyone is on steroids. So if you think that otherwise, then you're just misinformed.
Yeah, everyone just gets I don't know if it's naive. I know sometimes I can look in my glass half full, especially when it comes to like the Olympics. I'm like, oh no, they're all as clean as my kitchen bench. Oh no, they're all fantastic. And then the realism, when you got to keep it real, you're just like, fuck it, everyone's taking it.
And the people that say they want arm wrestling to go in the Olympics, just to know that if that ever happened, whoever you are saying that, you'll never be relevant in the sport because I don't think it'll ever happen. Number one. Number two, it would bring so much more competition into the sport to where the top guys right now won't be the top guys.
Yeah. Oh, look, I hope it. I do. I'm one of those guys. I'm a wanker for the Olympics style. Olympics, I love it. So if arm wrestling is in it, of course there. But then, I want more people. I want more people to come in, and if people take gear, knock yourselves out. It's not for me because I'm rubbish at arm wrestling.
Okay, understand this. It'll change everything in terms of making it mainstream to where all of our favorite arm wrestlers right now, these guys, like, shit, dude, any social media star you follow won't exist because they've put out content in the past. They've said dumb things in the past on Twitter 20 years ago, joking around. All that shit will come to light. These people won't be able to be involved. So just keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. It's the best, worst thing in the world. Social media, I'm sure I'll probably be in all sorts of trouble as well. Phil,
this might be illegal to talk about in fucking 2 years or something. Who knows?
Oh, mate, I think it's in Australia. Sidetrack in Australia. They've just released, I think, in New South Wales, that you can get thrown out of a nightclub for non-consent staring.
Yeah, that's total complete insanity. Nothing I want to be a part of.
Get over to Filthy Powers Instagram. As you can see, he's just a funny dude, and he just shows everyone that he can lift massive weights. even, but I thought it was going to be a bit like a Greek god. I thought your magical power was going to be gone when your hair was cut, but it seems like you've just gotten even stronger since the haircut.
I didn't cut the hair that mattered.
He'll never get rid of the beard. What else have we got quickly in the chat? Tech Almighty's jumping in, and he says, using PEDs, do you feel the negative effects now? Is it alarming to the point of stopping? Do you think Levant will last with the amount he is using?
All right, so three things there. No, do I think that, or do I feel negative effects from? Sure. I have, I don't know, so many injuries over the years because I was making my body significantly stronger than what my tendons were able to handle. That's how I blew out my knee. And I just had an unlucky motorcycle accident, things like that. So, but yeah, you definitely feel the lasting effects of running gear, and then also your testosterone plummets when you get off. So there's that, and then alarming, is it almost alarming at the point of stopping? No, I wouldn't say it's alarming at the point of stopping. I ran PEDs. I abused them in a better word for the better part of 10 years on and off, obviously during my powerlifting career. And I didn't have any reason to stop other than now I guess I just want to get healthy because that's smarter. Maybe my ambitions in life changed. And then about Levon, let me tell you this, guys. Levon isn't doing anything special. Okay. Levon is not running some secret special sauce. He's not running some crazy, insane numbers that no one has heard about. There is a dude right now at your local gym who weighs 175 pounds who is running just as much, if not more, gear as Levon. Okay? So the shit's got to stop. You guys, Levon is not doing anything crazy. He is force feeding himself at a higher level than what most of you guys are used to seeing. It's very common in my world. Powerlifting strongmen, we see guys this size all the time. It's from force feeding. You can run all the steroids in the fucking world. You'll never ever get bigger unless if you don't increase your caloric intake. The more you increase your caloric intake, the bigger and stronger you're going to get. The steroids help you with the recovery aspect of it. So it's just it's from a misunderstanding, I assume, and I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm just telling you. And then again, Levon has sick genetics. You guys don't get it. If whoever you are, if you go right now and you run the same fucking gear protocol as Levon and the same food protocol and training protocol, you're never get as big as him or as good as him. He's just genetically superior. People respond differently to different hormones, and Levon happens to be a hyper responder. He responds very, very well. But again, he's not doing anything special. He's not. So, there's that.
And the reacher, Jordan Davis, is like, whoa. Brandon is spitting more truth than faster than we can take it all in. He's just trying to. I think he's still about 10 minutes ago.
Deep breath,
as we all are. It's everyone's. Andy Beckett's just saying g'day, which is awesome. Everyone's just saying I like Brandon, but he's had one match. Who is he to speak of on arm wrestling? Well, I think he's just got as right as anyone else, Dylan, because I haven't had as many matches as I would like, but my body's cooked. I just love the sport.
I've had 2 super matches, won them both. I've done a tournament, won it both left and right hand, and I'm doing a tournament in 5 weeks. But all right, Dylan.
There you go. I mean, I don't think Dylan was like throwing too much shade. So we always want that in the chat. What have we got else is happening? Ron the Don has quickly come in, which is awesome, just with a bit of a ready bang. I'm so far behind on the comments.
I got about, brother, just a heads up.
Yeah, no, you're right. Whenever you got to leave, you've got to leave. Strength coaches are the talk of the town. Just quickly, strength. Someone get him some paracetamol. I've just given him a headache.
I've just been training and I haven't stopped sweating. And I'm like, oh man, now that questions you give me, I'm getting even more worked up and hotter.
Yeah, just sum it up in 60 seconds the best you can, because I want to talk about the future of Brandon Allen as well. Why I've got you on here, but some novices think, well, if you're going to hire someone, you may as well hire the best, and apparently Ryan's hired the best strength strength coach. You know a lot more about this than I. What are your thoughts of someone in this level of strength hiring the best?
Okay, so first
Why
off,
not?
Sebastian is one of the greatest strength coaches there is currently that's available for hire and things like that. So Ryan made a great choice in terms of picking someone to get strong. Sebastian will 100% make Ryan stronger. Now, there are better options. In my opinion, much better options. And I don't think there is a better option for Ryan other than Luckland. I really don't. Luckland is the strongest dude on his continent in terms of arm wrestling. He knows arm wrestling specific training. He's already done all the stuff that Sebastian's going to have to figure out. Like, Sebastian's going to make Ryan's general strength fitness better, which is going to help Ryan for sure, no doubt about it. But Luckland would do that too. On top of Luckland, he would help him with more of the fundamental movements for arm wrestling to make those better. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Maybe Ryan just doesn't trust Luckland. Maybe he doesn't want to give him money. I don't know what it is. I can't speak for Ryan. I'd have to have a conversation with him. But going right to someone like Sebastian, I don't disagree. Like, I don't think it's a bad move. I don't know how much Ryan makes. Ryan might throw $5,000 at that and say it's not a big deal. So that could be that too. But $5,000 is more than I would want to spend if I didn't have to for a strength coach. So I just think there's better options. I really do. But I'm not mad at it. I think Ryan's going to get stronger for sure. I just think Luckland's the better choice.
Yeah, look, I have it the old having your gym equipment at home and then paying for a gym membership. That's the way I see it. Like, if I have all the gear at home, well, I'm not going to use it as much as I should. But because I spend money and go to the gym, well, it forces me to go. I think because, and I could be completely wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I think with Lachlan just being at his front doorstep, he probably wouldn't utilize him as much. Plus, I think by paying this guy, he can then go line and line with Lockie. Hey, this is the program he's got me on. What do you think? And then how would you include? So if I were guessing, I think Lachlan will be involved in all of this as well.
Gathering them from talking to Lachlan last night, I definitely didn't pick that up, but I could be wrong as well. I think the problem is that Ryan doesn't trust Lachlan. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Or maybe it's like a lack of respect in terms of the strength coaching. I don't think that Ryan doesn't respect Lachlan as a human being, but as a coach, right? For example, even myself, like, I know how to program. That's what I do for a living, and I know how to prep people. But if I were to jump in and do a powerlifting prep, I would hire a coach because accountability is huge, and I would hire someone that I trust. So I wouldn't just ask one of my clients to write me a program. I would ask someone who's superior than I am. I would argue that Luckland's superior to Ryan. I keep falling back on Luckland because I just think it's the better choice, and someone who's more hands-on is going to be a better choice. But either way, Ryan's going to get stronger, so that's the net positive. I would rather see him working with his buddy, putting some money in Luckland's pocket, and then maybe giving Luckland some more exposure on that. But that's just me being a fan of Luckland.
Yeah, he's a great dude. A ripper guy. Got a lot of time. Lot of time for the Anvil Lachlan there. He's awesome. Now, you said you were mentioning in a few weeks you got a tournament coming up. We want to see Brandon arm wrestle. Why? We know the personal reasons. Are there any professional reasons why you're not arm wrestling as much as well?
No, I arm wrestle just as much as I did before. I just lost my camera guy. So my buddy Alan to film and edit and stuff for me because I run several businesses. I'm a busy guy. I got a lot going on. You can only dedicate so much time to so many things and still have sanity and still enjoy your life and spend time with your wife and things like that. So there's that. And there's just the balance that I found. And I don't have time to do the editing right now. Editing requires a ton of time, but I arm wrestle still almost every week. It's just I haven't posted shit because we don't have anyone filming and recording and editing. So I'm actually jumping in this weekend and doing a grip competition, arm lifting competition, which I've never done in my life. It's on 3 lifts that I've never done in my life. I don't have any of the tools here at my house to even train with for a week to figure out. So I'm just jumping in it, going to do it. That'll be and actually my buddy Alan will be there, so we'll film that and be able to post that content. And then I think it's in 4 or 5 weeks at that same gym. There's a local arm wrestling tournament out there in San Diego, and it's got a 275-pound weight class, which I've been a big advocate for in the arm wrestling world. So since my buddy Dave Depew is throwing that, he said there's a 275 weight cap. Boom, I'm in it. I'm going to jump in and do the 275 class. I don't plan on winning. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked. I don't care. That's fine. It's not like I'm prepping for this or peaking for this. I'm just doing my regular training, jumping in, getting some ready goes, some experience, and then moving on. Like there's someone I want to match with, and he wants to match with me. We've been talking about it for a while, and I think it's going to be an early 2023 match. So again, this is there's a lot to dust off since my last super match that I had to do. So that's why this tournament will be good for that. Maybe see how well I do, how strong I actually feel. If I feel good at all, and then maybe do another one later. I don't know. We'll see how things pan out. But for sure, 2023. I'm on it. I'm going to be pulling it. Hopefully, it can be on something like the Monster Factory card. We'll see how things pan out, though.
Well, if I give you the keys to the kingdom, Brandon, who do you want to pull in 2023? What would be some good super matches that you would love to have?
Well, just in terms of spectator appreciation and things like that, and bringing more eyes to the sport, there's this phenom monster named Leroy Walker coming in. He's from Texas. He trains like Dimitri, those guys out there. Absolutely has great arm wrestling training partners with him. He holds the strict curl American record of 250 pounds. He holds also he's a powerlifter, a bench only specialist powerlifter. I've been in competition with him where he benched 675 pounds and barely missed 705 pounds raw, mind you. So he's 340 fucking pounds. He's a fucking beast. I just met up with him the other week at my old gym at the new Sin City Iron, and we got to get on the table a little bit. I got to feel his power. That boy is strong, and just he's got the following. He does the social media shit. So I think if me and him had a match, it would be a good. He's been arm wrestling maybe 6 months or a year less than me, and then as of recent, but he's been involved in it, but. He said he's only really been pushing it hard for the last 6 months or so. So I can tell how strong his arm is. Once his hand and wrist catch up to that amhe's going to be nasty. So I want to get a crack at him before he gets too strong, right? I've also suggested to Larry Wheels that would be an amazing match for Larry Wheels too. Both being 675-pound benchers, both being powerlifting backgrounds, larger than life, big personalities. It would be an amazing. I'd love to see Larry get that match and actually get him before me. I wouldn't care at all if Larry got the match before me, and then I can pull someone else. I don't really care, but he's kind of who I've really been thinking about. Now the reason why I haven't really considered anyone else because I don't know where I'm at. I just don't know where I'm at right now. I haven't had an opportunity to grip up with enough different hands. I pull my guys out here in Vegas all the time, but I haven't had variety to kind of know where I'm at and. Who knows? Maybe I'm further along than I am. Maybe I'm further behind than I am. I guess we'll find out in 4 to 5 weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, everyone in the chat, give you suggestions. Who's your my man? Filthy Power. Just rub that magical beard all over and tickle them so he can get some big pins.
I want people to have a realistic expectation, though, because I get told all the time, oh, I want to see you versus Corey West. I want to see you versus Chant Shaw. I see you versus Derek Smith. I'm like, why? You want to see me get fucking 3-0'd? And
they must hate you.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been arm wrestling for 2 years, guys. You know what I mean? I think I had my first super match a little over a year ago. The tournament was just before that, and then in December will be my first match, my big match, with Larry. So it hasn't been very long. I've only been competitive arm wrestling for a very short time, less than 2 years, and then training for longer than that, probably closer to 3. But I'm nowhere near those guys who have been arm wrestling for 10 years strength. So that's just being realistic. Corey Westwood could ragdoll me across the table. Derek Smith with giant arm would crash down on top of me. Chance Shaw probably rip me up off my feet. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. I'm not unrealistic about where I stand in terms of those guys. But that lower level than that, kind of the guys that win the local tournaments, I think that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the bracket that I'm at right now.
There you go. Absolutely love it. A few quick questions for Brandon before he has to shoot off. Phil, what he says, ask Brandon how the masturbation's going. He knows.
Bill Woodley. Yeah, no, I haven't jerked off in many, 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 many moons.
Yes, and that's why he's got a big, fat, massive grin. I know exactly what it's like, Brandon. What you're doing in personal life with that lovely wife of yours, and I tell you,
Yeah, making a baby doesn't mean jacking off. Put it that way. Kings don't waste.
It's a magical time, and your smile never goes because you wake up every morning and hey, you slap the shoulders and you're like, we are on.
Here we go.
And you don't even have to try. There's no
right.
My man Fox 8 Ball wants to know: will you watch Arm Wars this weekend? No, next weekend.
Wars. I'll watch it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, beautiful Fox 8 Ball. Tech Almighty with another super chat. He says, Brandon, say ready bang dramatically at your next match. Well, it's only smart.
When you're competing, you're not really thinking. You're kind of focused.
I know when I'm competing, I don't even say it. Like, it's the last thing that comes into my mind. Spermy's ass is creamy with a super chat. He says, can't wait to see you pull. You seem to be a very natural arm wrestler. Filthy power doesn't hurt either, which is
natural.
Good.
I think is used in different contexts, but yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
I think you picked up to the sport naturally. I think what my man means. Jordan Davis is just putting his hand up for a super match.
Let's go, Jordan.
Get that happening. That would be unreal. I don't know if I want to see a Larry Wheels rematch. I'm not sure if I want to see
Larry pull someone like to get a win. It makes sense, and then me and him will have a rematch. And then even better, me and Larry are both around similar weight now. We can even do like a 275 cap on me and him, and try to really solidify that 275 class and try to get some attention to it.
There you go. And Brandon Morris versus Brandon Allen. Brandon Morris is better pull at King of Florida on the weekend. Vasil, my man that's been helping out some channels, he says he'll take the match. He lives in Dubai. He says just let him recover for a bit. Devon's forearm and Thomas Miles just want you against the Beer Man.
I would love that. I would pull Beer Man any day. That would be a lot of fun. I love Beer Man. Good buddy of mine. I respect him as a friend. I respect him as a puller, but there's no way that boy beats me. So just keep that in mind. I will bust that dude up. Left hand, he probably fucked me up, but right hand, I will bust him up. And left hand in a slow pull, I might have a chance, but off a ready go with his trickery, he would fuck me up left-handed, no doubt about it.
There you go. It's I would just be worried that both of you will have to trim your beards because during the match it'll get all tangled in there.
Well, we'll have them braid it together, so we have to stay that close.
It's the new straps. That would be the manliest strap.
It would be. Hey, I got to run now, Ozzy. I love you, brother, but I got to go.
No worries. I'll speak to you a bit later on.
All right, brother. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, mate. Anytime. That is. Make sure everyone heads over to filthypowerindustries.com. You head in. I don't get any kickbacks for this. I just love the man. Ready, bang, 15. When Brandon came on, he said he could only do about 45 minutes, and we had him for 53. So make sure you head over and ready, bang, 15, and you get yourself a 15% discount on Filthy Power. I just want to see what everyone else said about Brandon's matches. Rolly Ray, I think that would be all right. That would be a really good one. Match against Lockie. That would just be a huge hook battle. I think Lachlan will be able to get on top with a press. And why I say that, when I saw Lachlan pull Matarangi head of Morris twice in one night at over the top, just how he was able to maintain the King's move that we know Brandon can just sit in forever, but he was able to transition that King's move on Matarangi, who's going to be at Arm Wars, into a press. And that's how it gets it done. Everyone's. Brandon versus Blue. That match was supposed to happen it was suggested at King of the Table. What else have we got? Kera says Brandon versus Tim Lewis, which is good. And yeah, if you want to watch Arm Wars, you got to become a channel member, which I have, and I will be watching it as well. I'm sure that question was for Brandon, but he has to go. Mate, it'd be for Derek, 10 years. For Devon, I think Brandon, even like 20 years. Like, it's so, I think because when people lose, they just see him as so much significantly weaker instead of having the mindset of how strong is that person. If that makes sense. You know, Derek's had a couple of losses and unfortunately, people get stuck in a dairy about, how lower he is on the scale, when we should just be realizing how amazing Artem Morozov and Rivaz Latutse are, both arguably in the top 10. I think I had Morozov at 7th, and Rivaz is like 11th or 12th from memory. John Stone just quickly jumped in. Great chat, Aussie. Awesome having Brandon on here. Yeah, Brandon has been a huge supporter of the channel, because before Brandon was officially an arm wrestler, I got him on the show, and he was very, very appreciative of it. Bowen versus Brandon. I think Brandon is just a bit too much, but we know that I run the Ryan Bowen #1 ticket holder, so it'll always be there. Everyone's got to be there. See you later, Fox. See you later. I will say hi to the girls, mate. They're awake, which is awesome. Brandon versus Neil. Let's do it. Hey, that is awesome. My man Swisher Sweet in the chat, he says a few percent difference is a lot at the top. Yeah, exactly. That's why I always use the term turning millimeters into magic. We all know what that's like. The top tier pullers, I think your top 12 to top 13, and then almost like 13 onwards is a significant difference. While I've got a lot of you in the chat, I'm shooting out ideas. I'm always looking to evolve the show. Hello, Sarah. How are you? Sarah's going to be on the show in the future with her match. Oh, she's been on the show already, but she'll come back on when she pulls Mrs. Monster. I'm going to have her on there. They're pulling at the Monster Factory. It's insane how people think Devon is just non-existent and weak because of the Levan loss. Yes. I'm big on, like, that's why when I did my rankings, I still had Devon at number 2 until, if he doesn't pull for a while, he'll probably lose that ranking, or if he doesn't, pull super heavyweight, like if he doesn't pull anyone else in the top 10, then he may lose it. But yeah, I thought that Devon that turned up to King of the Table against Levan, I believe that no one else in the top 10 could touch him. So, and that's what I mean. I could be wrong. You just never know. Brandon is a really down to earth dude. Brandon is a jet, man. Like, I follow Brandon because of his strength training, because I like powerlifting. And while I've got you all here, I'll be pulling double duty Monday night, your guys' time, because early Monday afternoonish, Big Loz is coming on the show. That's right, Lawrence Shillelagh. He's going to be coming on the show, and then a few hours later will be Maximum Bang Monday. So I'll be pulling 2 lives. That may hurt the Maximum Bang Monday show. I do apologize, but that was the only time I could get Big Loz on the show. And that's why I followed Brandon's thing. And he's just a dead set legend. RV, where was that one? RVJ is delusional. Where did I read that? Can you give me some more context on that one, please, Michael? Why you think RVJ is delusional? I hope the dude that runs the delusional, I hope he branches out and does everyone. I think he could have consistent channel, and it's the delusion. Aussie arm wrestler, the delusion Monster Michael Todd, the delusional RVJ, the delusional whoever. I think that channel now has a lot of potential to grow. What do you guys think? About that? What else have we got? Great night, Aussie. Thank you very much. Oh, he's in the chat now. Oh, there it is. I didn't even see there. I'm behind on the comments. That is right. Big Loz. He's coming on the show because, as we know, he is pulling at Arm Wars. His first match, and we all know his his strongman credentials. Been a big fan of Big Loz for many, many years, and I want to get in the nitty gritty. He, for those that don't know, go back and watch Thor's world record deadlift, and Big Loz was the one that commentated it, and he was the first commentator at the King of the Table. Won't spit out too many facts about Big Loz. So we're going to have a lot of fun on the show, Loz. And I'll tell you this off camera and on camera, and I've told you this in messages. Very grateful for your time for coming on the show. Someone as big as you doesn't need to come on a channel like mine, but you have. You're a star, and I love you. Speaking of someone else that's been awesome. Matt Rhodes Sport, who's just doing an amazing things. King of the table. Very, very soon. And Matt Rhodes Sports, if you haven't been to his channel, he's all about strongman. And now he's investing some time in arm wrestling, which we are greatly appreciative of. And I think I've apologized to you privately, Matt. I apologize to you publicly. I have been annoying you in your DMs quite a little bit lately, probably messaging you every day. But I mean, well, hopefully I'm not annoying you too much, buddy. But Matt Rhodes, and he says, agreed. Devon in the form that pulled Levan was number 2 in the world. That's why I have him at number 2. The Hand of Devon says, Devon versus Levan was exactly 2 months ago today. I don't buy that inactivity BS. Yeah, well I think it's because, yeah, I still think that's why I've still got him at number 2. I mean, he's had more matches than Levan over the last 12 months. But I think it was because Devon made that statement that everyone says he's inactive. Because Devon has come out and said he's injured. I move, so I won't be competing for a while. He's knocked back invites and offered matches. So I think that's why everyone's jumped on to that one, which is good. What else have we happening? Bank holiday. Magic Monday coming up, Jake 2.0. Devon has pinned him. Devon has pinned the GOAT. He did. Devon, they had a match at King of the Table too. Benji Mack says, Big Loz, come to arm wrestling, brother. He's got his first match against James Beach at Arm Wars. That's why you got to become an Arm Wars member. Because you got to watch it, man. Thank you very much, Sarah. She says, love listening to your show while I'm at work. Hopefully it's not too distracting and my voice isn't annoying. I know it annoys a lot of people. Sometimes it annoys my wife, but I always appreciate the support. Yes, everyone's excited. The Big Loz. Big Loz in the chat. Keithy just says, evening, Jake. Nice to spend a few hours in the evening with you. Thanks for jumping on. And I love that everyone has stuck around since Brandon has left. I haven't watched it. No, Andy, I have not watched his last video because I've got a few videos to watch, but what happens? My alarm sets at 5:30, prepare for the Brandon show, prepared some fails videos because that's really taking off on Facebook, follow up some messages about getting more people on the show, and a huge announcement, just couple of huge announcements and some breaking news that I've been lucky enough to be given. So I follow all that up, and then unless it's like I feel it's something you guys need to know, it kind of gets bumped down. So like the RVJ story, I was like, I'll have to watch that with me brekkie and things like that because it's still only 8:05 here in the morning. What else have we got? Yeah, everyone's just saying how awesome Big Loz is. Everyone's being good Lord. Thank you, Ozzy. Yes. And another thank you. What for, Josh? I'm a little bit behind in the chat. What for? What for? Why are you thanking me, Josh? What else have we got? Oh, thank you very much. Better Off Lifting. By far, my favorite arm wrestling content creator. Love what you do. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it, mate. Absolutely appreciate it. Love it. I know I get so much shade for it. I mean, that's just because the channel's growing, so I don't care. But yeah, some of the really, really positive messages that have been coming through and things like this. Better Off Lifting, you're dead set legend. Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing. Right, what else have we got? Yo, Ozzy, some facts for you. Yo, Ozzy, got a fun fact for you. Schoolboy beats Khalid. Khalid beats Chance. Chance is better than Ryan. There we go. Could be. Announcement. Jake is now the table side manager of Levan, a.k.a. Bobby the Brain Heenan. That would be cool. That would be cool. Oh, I'll tell you what, though. Levan's going to be on Neil's channel in under 24 hours. So make sure you go check that out. I will be there. The alarm, I've already set the alarm. So I'm going to sit there. Marcus Thompson's just jumped in. He says, I'm late. Arms erect. I hope you enjoyed your training, Marcus. And we're just under about 2 weeks from now, Marcus. We'll be having a beer together, which will be good. About the Devon facts and why he's number 2. I don't know if you're agreeing with me or not, Josh, but that's okay. I love you, buddy. I love you. And we all love the Aussie arm wrestler. I love it. Chad Pittman in the chat. Everyone is being in the chat. So just quickly, I'm going to make a couple of what-if videos. They were pretty successful during the Devon. This is a little bit of an update what's happening on the channel. This weekend, I'm still trying to find out what time Vitali and Dimitri are pulling. So they're not having a super match, but they're at a tournament. And they've got a dude in the chat, that's pulling in their division 178 kilos. It's the 95-plus kilo division, and there's a dude almost twice the size. And Vitali weighs less than Dimitri and weighs less than this guy, but I am going to work on how to pronounce his name. So once I find out the time, I'm probably going to set the alarm, do some commentary over the 95-kilo plus division. Jordan Sonev is going to be in there for those that don't know. He's pulling in the heavyweights, but he was the one that Toddzilla beat at East versus West 3. So, yeah, just trying to find out all the times. Hopefully, some people that have been helping me out will be awesome. Yeah, you missed a pretty fun show, but that's okay, mate. That is okay that you missed. Just go back and watch it if you can. 100% agree with Devon being number 2. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, mate. Michael Workspace quickly asking, he's like, and I'll continue to say what else is happening on the channel. What do you think of Irakli versus Ongabayev? Weight limit 100 kilos. Title match. Personally, I'm with Team Irakli. Yeah, that's a really tough one. That is a really tough one. Hopefully we'll see Irakli pull he's pulling a king of the table, and I think at the next East versus West. Right now, I think of the way Todd Hutchings held Irakli. Now, I know Irakli's going to be improving, but if I'm going right now, I'm on Ongabayev. Now, in January, could be a different story. But at the moment, I would be leaning on Ongabayev. I think with the speed, they're both going to hit the top roll, the speed in the top roll, which is going to be awesome. So it's clearly going to go to the straps. Now, with Ongabayev and the way he's been able to handle people in the top 8 Vendetta, just the intricacies of it all, he'll just be too much in the straps for Irakli right now. Hopefully I've answered that one for you, my man. What was Monster Michael Todd's rank before he lost to Devon? Pretty sure he was the man to beat. Well, he was the WAL hammer holder. He still is. Yeah, he was the man. He was the man. So he was definitely the man. And when Devon did it really easily, I don't know if that was because of the COVID or Monster Michael Todd didn't feel good, but Monster, he was as strong as he's ever been. Oh, he's probably stronger now, but yeah, he was very high in the rankings for sure. And Devon had a big win there. Good luck to my countryman in Jordan Sonev. He'll be at the tournament, as we were just messaging that we're just talking about. What else have we got in the chat? Jake spinning like Jaggers. You got some bad dial-up internet there. Well, fix it, Marcus. Sorry, Jake. Love Irakli, but I think Kitagali takes it. I think Kitagali takes it too right now. Absolutely. Team Irakli, World Police, says my man, Swisher Sweet. What else is happening? So some videos, some what if videos. Of course, the big one on the week is Big Loz coming on the show before Maximum Bang Monday. I'm also working out a time. To get Kalinichenko on the show. If you don't know who Kalinichenko was or is, he pulled in top 8. He was one of the general matches in top 8. And if you go to the after pool at East versus West, he was the dude in the monkey suit. And they're just working out a time to get him on the show as well. And he's got a real funny Instagram, which is going awesome. And of course, the big news. I am itching at the bit. You got to understand, I feel like I'm borderline junkie, just waiting for my next hit. I have got some huge news, and I cannot wait. To share that with you guys. I think a lot of you in the chat at the moment, the 97 of you in the chat, how many likes have we got? How many likes? Come on, guys, 64 likes. Let's bump it up to 90 likes. Just give me 2 seconds. I just got to check something out. Just seeing if I can announce it at all. Just double check. No, not yet. Okay. Alrighty, we'll get back to that. Okay, so as everyone's hitting the like button. Yeah, sorry, I just had to double check if I could announce something, but I just can't yet. Yep, that dude in the monkey suit was huge hands. Yeah, really good arm wrestler as well, and he's going to come on the show. You got the Patreon email? Yep. I didn't tell. Wait. No, I didn't mention the news, but the big news. So my Patreon and YouTube bangers will know first. Then I'll probably do a live about it. It's going to be amazing. Irving Brown, my guy, he's jumped in. He says, how's it going, Ozzy? You got to catch the last part of the live. Great seeing you. Brandon's a great guy. I really like his honesty and can't wait to see where he goes with arm wrestling. Yeah. Just a really good dude. And if you're a good dude, you come on the channel. Brandon and I were speaking before he came on the channel, and Brandon is a very loyal guy. So, yeah, he's been a big fan. I've been very lucky that there's some particular pullers. I'm not saying Brandon's one of them, but he's like, always got time for you, Ozzy, because you're the first one to get me on an arm wrestling channel. And I'm like, yeah, cool. But I've had some top level pullers say, I'm only going to do your podcast and maybe one other. And that's like a huge win for me. I just love doing the podcast, and I love doing them live. So I can get some of your guys' questions in. But Brandon is a dead set legend. That is for sure. Phil, what he's jumping in says, Jake, are we going with the Top Gun theme when you and Uncle John at Whitby get the Ghetto Blaster ready? Man, that's going to be so cool meeting Uncle John. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Josh. I'm a damn tease. But it's huge. It's big news. It's bloody big news. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know what music. Top Gun. I think Top Gun will be more suited when we both come to Whitby. But when we meet, we might have the Titanic music playing. Oh, man, I wish, if I could, of course, world peace and all the money in the world, blah, blah, blah. If I had one wish, I wish that all of you guys found me half as funny as I find myself. I'm such a wanker. Bobby Ray Paris. Bobby, I love you, mate, but you sound like the Wish version of Billy Ray Cyrus. That's what comes to mind. He's just a young up-and-coming puller. I like you, Bobby. But Bobby Ray Paris, Billy Ray Cyrus, I don't know. Nah, Bobby and I have been, when I get a chance, just having a chat on Instagram, haven't we, Bobby? Which is good. Yeah. Marcus Thompson, take my breath away. We'll probably end up holding hands and just, yeah. Oh, okay. You made me panic there, Andy. I thought, I don't think I'm allowed to release it. But Neil Pickup's wife's boyfriend says I'm literally Ryan Gosling. I just want to thank you as well, Neil Pickup's wife. You were a member for a long time. So I just want to thank you for being a banger, which is good. Vitali's already been on the show, Stevie. Vitali's already been on the show, which was awesome. It was awesome having Vitali on the show. Yeah, what other guests? Kalinichenko, and then of course with Arm Wars and my big trip, people that be coming on the podcast will probably be people that are in England. You know, Uncle John and I doing some lives and some content together will be huge, different. Just trying to figure out if I bring all my gear or if I just like bring a phone and if I can borrow people's laptops. So I just wonder if I need to bring all my gear. Phil Woody, will there be a laptop for me there to upload all of my stuff and to go live? Or do I need to bring all of my gear and not pack any clothes because I'll run out of room in the bag? Because, like, the microphone I use is massive. Look how big it is. Look how big it is. You thought I was all going to go really loud and blow your ears. But, yeah, it's a pretty big microphone. And then I've got, like, this camera that I use for videos. Oh, there we go. So you play with all the chords and things go wrong. It's got to be a big match or something coming up. Correct, Josh? It's one of those two. Well, I've got a big left-hand match coming up with Phil Woody. We're gonna jump on the table. I might even try and get a match. I might try and get a match with someone at Paul Maiden's. Like when I arrive, I'm going to go to his thing, and I might see if I can get a right-handed match with a novice there. Because I'm a novice, like an amateur arm wrestler. I haven't hit pro level, not at all. Commodore 64, please. Commodore 64. Oh, you think the announcements? Do you think the announcement's going to be that I'm all geared up? Yeah, I knocked the audio. I knocked the audio. Wait, yeah, you can hear me now, but I did knock it out. That's what happens when I play with my chords, man. I probably should do a behind the scenes of what it all looks like a proper behind the scenes for my members, which is good. But yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Like making videos and everything is going to be heaps of fun. Come on, Aussie, you're the trophy holder. No one's put the money up yet to defend it. So the matches that I am having won't be for the trophy because no one's put up the 100K. Better off lifting says true. Arm wrestling gods are such good bunch. Paul Daff from Raw Arm Wrestling. I think he might be too strong for me, but that's okay. That's okay. What are we else? I do love Daff and the crew over there. Your opponent has to have won a third-place amateur trophy to qualify to compete with you. But guess what, Jake? I have one of those, says Benji Mac. Well, Benji, you haven't won this one. There's only one of them. That's one thing that I find so cool, man. So cool. That all the time, like tournaments happen all the time, all over the world. And people message me when they have come third. And I love it. Especially when they've come third on the left arm. It's like, this is like one of the coolest things in the world. One of the coolest things in the world. That like people are like, hey, I come third, we should have a match or ready bang and things like that. which is awesome. See you later, Josh. Thanks for jumping in. Aussie's clearly on Levan level roids. Worst kept secret in arm wrestling. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Speaking of what's not awesome, I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes, guys. We've got a bit of work to do, and then I've got Zadie's Nana coming over today, so just want to tidy up the house. Still got me crutches happening, but I've been on some relatively good painkillers, so it has been getting a bit easier. So, this weekend, guys, this weekend, it might not be the best time. But 2 p.m. Melbourne time, if you set your alarms, 2 p.m. Melbourne time, Garage Wars 2.0 is going live on the Andy and Mario Show channel. I'll be commentating all the super matches there. They've got like 13 to 15 super matches. So hopefully we can run through them pretty quick, and it's not a 5-6 hour bloody day. But I'm going to pick up a bloke from the airport later on tonight. He's going to crash on the couch. My man Peter was from Table IQ. He's going to stay here the night. So, yeah, got some commentary coming up. Whatever 2 p.m. time is for you guys around the world. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So 6 hours from now. Whatever time it is now, 6 hours from now, I'll be commentating on another channel. Gotta go. Take it easy. Ready, bang. See you later, Josh. I'm here for the beef, says Georgia Arm Fights. Well, the beef happened earlier on when Brandon Allen was coming on. He just vented, and he's just a genuine dead set legend. See you later from Canada. I'm out of here, guys. I'll wrap up the shows. Hey, get ready. Big Loz is coming on the show. I'm going to make some videos to release. I've got one fun announcement, hopefully within 12 to 14 hours. And then hopefully within 5 days, I can make in my eyes, it's a mega announcement. I think all of you will be very, very surprised. But yeah, I'll have some breaking news, mega announcement, which is good. Jake's Phil Woody. So Phil Woody's the guy we're going to have a left arm match, which it's too late for me to train for. So go easy on me, Phil. Says, I've got you a mouth guard and chalk bucket ready to reenact the Paul Maiden kick it with me. I've never saw that before until the great last show. That's my favorite match. He was hilarious, and then I've commentated it a couple of times. I'll reenact it for sure. We'll do it after our match, and I'll reenact it. We'll do it after our match. Is the Arm Wars live and available to all? No. So Arm Wars is live to members only. You got to become a member of the channel. And yeah, just support them. They're putting on some really, really good matches. Probably at the next Maximum Bang Monday, Uncle John and I will do an Arm Wars prediction show. We'll have a bit of a laugh and things like that. And yeah, I absolutely love you all. I will wrap up the show there. Make sure I love everyone that's jumping on. Thank you so much for supporting. If you get 10 minutes, go play 4 or 5 of my old videos. They go for like 2 minutes. So then it helps with the algorithm, things like that. You guys are just amazing. I cannot, mate. I am itching. I'm salivating to tell you my awesome news. Ready, bang, from Lucha Pagliacci. How about I'm about to watch that. I'm about to watch that video probably after my breakfast. See ya, Jake and the chat. Never show that poo picture again. DF, my man Devon's forearm, says, awesome show, Aussie. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Devon, for always supporting and keep being awesome on your channel, my man. And just thank you, everyone, for just being fucking dead set legends. I love it. Take it easy, guys. I'm out of here. I'm too excited. I'm going to go have breakfast, my beautiful family, and then it's back to work. I will never stop grinding, hanging and banging, singing and slanging for you dead set legends. I will see you very, very soon.